Assalamu alaikum. My name is Saadia Qayum and I'm working as an energy specialist at the World Bank.
Why did you choose energy policy and management?
So right after my bachelor's from LUMS, I went on to work as a project economist at National Engineering Services of Pakistan, NESPAK. And it so happened that the first opportunity that I got was working on hydropower projects. And I was basically working on economic and financial analysis of Neelam Jhelum hydroelectric project. And while working on it, I was in awe of the engineering marvel that hydropower projects or the energy infrastructure is, and then also realized the importance of energy. And this was a time when Pakistan had an acute power shortage and an energy crisis. And I realized how important energy was for the economic development of the country. And that's when I decided I was going to go for master's and pursue a career in energy policy.
What was your mission at the outset?
So, like any 22-year-old or fresh undergrad, I mean, even though I had 2 years of experiences when I 2 years of experience when I went for masters, like any other person, I wanted to have a job and make money, which I did. But later on, and now after 10 years working for more than 8 years, I realized that first of all, I want to work on making sure that Pakistan has universal energy access, because there's still 24% of population which does not have access to electricity, and then making sure that they have affordable energy access as well, and then more than moving away from energy, I want to make sure that there are other women in the energy sector like me, because there are very few. There are only 6-7% of us in the energy sector. So I want to inspire more women to come into the energy sector and create opportunities for them as well.
To what do you attribute your success?
First of all, I'll attribute my success to all the mentors that I've gotten in this last 8 years. A lot of my bosses have been extremely, and my colleagues as well, both senior and my peer group, who have been extremely supportive in advising me what my career projection should be, what I should be learning, what courses should I be taking, who should I be networking with. I think that has been extremely important for bringing me where I am today. And also just hard work and perseverance, because at times it can be challenging, because I'm not an engineer and it is a very technical field, and especially when you're working on like generation projects and distribution projects. So while the economic and financial side is extremely important, you need to know the technical side as well. So you have to learn a lot of things very quick. So just being proactive, making sure that I'm improving my skills, so that I have continuously worked on, and I've just been very focused on my work. So that and combination of this and the support that I've gotten, or the mentorship that I've gotten from my senior colleagues, that has helped me be where I am today. So one piece of advice that I would like to give you, and I wish somebody had given that to me when I was 10 years younger, is experiment, try new different experiences. Do not be scared of failure, because failure will be the best teacher, trust me. But at the same time, do learn from your mistakes. But studying is important, your grades are important, but at the same time, make sure that you are trying new different things, and especially make sure you try those things which you find challenging, which scare you, because once you've accomplished them, you are going to be, the sense of achievement that you're going to get, nothing beats that. And travel, find your passion. If it's singing, if it's painting, if it's writing, do that. It is extremely important to try different experiences.
Could you tell us about your career progression and what are some of the challenges you faced?
Right. So, as I said, I'm an economist, and and energy is quite technical. So you have to learn. One of the challenge was that you have to work with the engineers, when you have to learn very fast, because you have to get the same level with them. But my career projection, so I started after my bachelor's, I went on to work for 2 years as a project economist at NESPAK, went on for my master's in public policy for 2 years, came back, And then I've been working in Pakistan since then. So I worked with different development agencies. 1 year stint with USAID Energy Policy Program, worked on energy policy with the government, then worked as a consultant with UNDP, ADB, and then I actually worked inside the government as chief energy economist with Punjab Energy Efficiency Conservation Agency, and that's where I found my niche. And after that, I've now, since last 6 months, I've been working at World Bank. So I think for me, in the last 2-3 years, what I've worked on is finding my niche, because there's so many people in the energy sector. It's a small concentrated sector, so it's important to find what your expertise is, what your unique skill set is, and for me that has been energy access and energy efficiency and renewable energy.
What do you think of challenges that a woman faced at workplace, and your advice to young girls starting out?
So the labor force participation of females is increasing in Pakistan, but it's still less than what we ideally would like to be. Now that means that there are a lot of cultural barriers that women have to face. So when you step out of your house, first you need to get support from your house to be actually able to go out and work, and then you need support system within your work environment as well. So for me, the challenge was that I was the only woman in most of the workplaces and most of the organizations or teams that I was working on. So networking is an very important part of your career progression, and you see when you are the only woman, networking can be difficult because there'll be men who will go out and they'll have their own meetings and they'll have their own social circles. But then you have to find your own support system, and you find a lot of women and times men as well. I mean, there are a lot of male champions as well. So the one advice that I could give you as a woman is finding that support network of that, whether it's your peer group, whether it's your senior colleagues. There will be people who will be both male and females who would be willing to mentor you, who support you, look out for you. So find that support network. So I'm extremely excited about the way things are moving in the energy sector. We see a lot of digitization, and especially with the fourth industrial revolution. And in the energy efficiency and in the renewable energy space, there's a lot of technological advancement that's taking place, and this provides opportunity for you all, not just in Pakistan but in other countries as well, because that's where the world is moving. So a lot of work to be done on new technologies for integrating renewable energy, or for demand side management, or just basic digitization of energy infrastructure. And especially with renewable energy, I see more women in the workforce, because compared to traditional oil and gas plants, renewable energy employs much more women. I mean, I know a lot of brilliant women from your region who are actually working in solar companies and designing, installing solar PV system on commercial buildings. So when you will graduate in the next 5 or 6 years, you will see that there is a market for you if you're interested in the energy sector. And energy is a backbone of any economy. So the need for people in the energy sector is not going to go away. So if you want to be the sector, I say this is the place to be, and focus on what's happening around the world in the technology.
What would you suggest to a student who wish to pursue?
Learn, read what's happening around the world. I would definitely say know your physics, because that's going to come in very handy, especially with the electricity, how the electricity works, how the electricity market works. Actually, a good combination would be physics, economics, and law. And it's if you're interested, if you're passionate, then you will do well in it. But just make sure that you know that you're passionate about the sector.
Any advice for this?
I will actually reiterate the advice that I gave a few minutes ago, which is basically know what your passion is, because if you know what you're interested in, the work that you're doing would be the happiest place that you can be. For me, because I think energy sector is my passion, so I'm really happy when I am working on it, and when I'm making a difference. I believe that the work that I'm doing is making a difference. But do not limit yourself by study. If you've studied physics or chemistry, do not think that that is the field that you have to pursue. You can change your field whenever you want to. I know people who started as engineers and then did an MBA and are now doing and have running their own businesses. So at no time feel that you are bound by what you've studied. Expand your horizon, and this is the day and age of being multidisciplinary. So learn philosophy, learn law, learn economics, learn engineering. One last advice for you, when you go out and work, make sure, even when you're in school or university, make sure you're proactive and you're taking initiatives, because that's what people want. That's what you will realize you want when you become an employer as well, or when you're working in a team. Take leadership roles. Make sure you emerge as a leader, but at times follower as well. And you have to be. And one skill that is going to come in very handy and very, very important is your interpersonal skills and being a team member. Just be nice to people. And that's not just for your workplace, but for outside workplace as well. Do not be competitive, but do not be cutthroat, and support. Form your support network and help each other out, because that's extremely important. So yeah, just be a good team member and take initiatives and help each other out.